This is in response to um, more some quantum physics videos that were sent to me. Kind of brings up some interesting observations. Now, the videos that I was looking at was saying that electrons go around the sun or the nucleus, similar to like if the planet was a massive electron that's going against the sun. It's suggesting that there has to be another planet on the other side of the sun if we are an electron that is absorbing light from the sun, but then taking that energy and throwing it back basically out at it, the universe or the sun back. It's the push pull that's going on is the absorbing of light and getting rid of the light, which means if the sun is burning because there's another planet that is acting like an electron that's absorbing light and pushing it back too, is suggesting that there's a positive electron, a positive planet, and a negative planet. And we seem to be absorbing more negativity, more angry, which could it possibly mean? I mean, if you look at the bigger picture, what's in the smallness is also in the bigness. What's going on in cells is going on in the bigness of our world. So to understand the bigness of our world, you can, when you can kind of understand smallness, you can see what's going on in the bigness. And if something is definitely going on in the bigness that you understand, you can kind of try and see where it's duplicated in the smallness. So if we're looking at that the sun, what's making the sun burn is two electrons on opposite sides of each other. That's suggesting another planet on the other side of the planet. It also is suggesting that what we do on this planet is definitely affecting that sun, but it also seems to be projecting to that other planet. And what is basically going on is we're turning really negative. And so if we're turning negative, then the other planet must be turning positive, or the other planet was positive and losing all its positivity and be directing it towards us. There seems to be a shift going on. One thing that looking at this and tying it into our consciousness, it's almost like there has to be good and evil. A lot of people that do an awful lot of meditating, Deepak Chopra is one of them, that's saying that our problems are the only things that are pushing us. That if we solved every problem known to the human experience, then we'd be mummified mummies and we wouldn't be moving anywhere. That is sort of the same thing in the bigness, that if we don't have like an enemy other planet, something that's always going to be the opposite of us, then that sun won't shine. So it also can be reflected in a war, that you've got to have an enemy, otherwise you wouldn't have a reason to get up in the morning, and that's just doesn't make too much sense. It seems like the more light that is projected onto the planet, we get more understanding of what's going on. We see more things the more the sun is sort of like violent towards us. So it's like, yeah, the sun gives us information. It gives us knowledge. It is the tree of life basically, but at some point in time that's going to kill us. Too much light will either kill us or it will transform us. It's what happens to electrons, and a nucleus. What usually happens? Do they stay exactly the same, or do they move? Where is the bigness of us going? Are we supposed to be at this war constantly having a positive and negative going on all the time? If that is true, then that means we need to have children tortured. I mean, let's put your absolute worst evil thing into play. And if you believe that we have to have a negative, then that negative that you dislike so much is what you have to accept. And that just doesn't seem right to me. It seems like we're almost supposed to be aware of whatever is negative and transform it into whatever the positive outcome is supposed to be. We don't tend to know what that is, but that's our evolution. And that's the scary trip, is what will happen to us. What happens if we solve every problem known to the human experience? What would we would lose who we are. Everything about us would be completely different. I mean, seriously, if we really had world peace, if we got rid of every problem, what would you do when you wake up in the morning? Like, how much would that change in your life? And look at your planet. How much would change in your planet? I don't think we fully understand how much our problems are actually creating everything that we are today. Even a twitch that you have in your face. There's a good show called Lie to Me that shows that facial expressions show you what's going on inside you. So whatever problems you're going through, even if you lie, it shows on the wrinkles, the marks, the gestures on your facial expressions. You change what you experience, you'll change exactly what you look like. Your body features, everything would change if we changed our complete perspective. So it is a massive shift that I think it's a pass or fail. We either are going to transform into the opposite of, which is probably why our planet is shifting, the pole shifts are happening, the electronics, the magnetism, a lot of sciences are now being rewritten, and they all seem to be changing because of a lot of things that are happening in our universe. Our globe is changing, the shape of it's changing, how it acts is changing. Something's going on in a bigger picture that, frankly, I don't think anybody has the answer to it. They may have predictions, but I don't think too many people are even looking past their noses to see the biggest picture that we need to see. Just interesting thoughts, nothing more. Peace out.